Can we curse?
Yeah.
The show is uncensored.
We ain't got the FAA on that.
No,
it's not the FAA.
Whoever they are.
Oh my gosh.
Who are they?
It's the FTC.
Same shit.
Different day.
All right, what's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Talk on the table. I'm Nez.
I'm Gavin.
And we have a special guest today.
It's Saleem Vanderpump.
What's
up? What's going on? I'm happy to be
The
here.
one and only Saleem Vanderpump.
I'm notorious for some things.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna dig into that today. Listen, everybody. Listen, Alex is out of town right now.
Who's that?
The person that used to be over here.
Used to be.
I was looking forward to see Alex's hair. Oh, because if you know, Alex is legendary for his hair. So.
Alex, we miss you. We will see you when you get back. We heard that you out in LA networking and making moves and things of that nature.
Doing big things.
We'll see you when you get back.
Alex, I love your house. It's fabulous.
So wait, let me just point this out, y'all. So we always ask our guests, what do they want to drink when they come on? Everybody say, oh, just give me a bottle of cab or
something simple.
You know, a beer.
I know.
A Henny.
I know.
Mr. Vanderpump over here.
What do you want?
Moet.
But Moet Rosé.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a different price.
We're on season 2 of a little basement show.
Breaking the bank. Well, I thought the budget was popping.
We ain't
You were saying like you wasn't so concerned about that budget. Well, you know, I drink this on a regular. This is my favorite. You know, everybody knows me. This is my favorite. Like if I go to the liquor store, I always get this. It's just my staple.
Okay.
Champagne life.
Well, we're glad that you feel comfortable. Now you got your bottle.
You see, he almost done that bottle. Look.
Okay. Well, you better slip slow. You better sip slow.
Okay.
I'm gonna ease
into it.
Well, y'all still got the.
We still got the
wine. Regio. So.
Y'all still got that little.
He can't even say it. Look, you know what? Phil gonna be so modest. Phil's a diva. Phil just acting humble. Phil's really a diva.
I've toned down a lot since high school. Like,
answer the question, I mean.
Reality hit me in the face.
Answer the question. That's your best.
Oh, I'm plead the fifth.
You got 2 people in there plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth too.
So moving forward, do we have any hot topics? What's going on this week?
There's a lot going on.
Really?
Yeah.
So I've looked high and low, and the only thing I can see that was really popping this week was the coronavirus.
Oh, that's gonna be
well,
you also had the whole Meg Thee Stallion contract dispute with her record label. That was a whole big thing.
Do you want to do my job? Or can I do this?
I was just pointing out. Well, I am the guest, so you know.
I'll play with you.
Listen, expound on that.
I mean, well, basically, she's in this contract with this company out of Houston called 1501, and the company has her in this bad record deal, which she signed at 20.
Her mama,
but wait, and then also Evelyn's baby father, Evelyn Mendoza, the owner, right? Yeah, from Basketball Wives. That's her. Yeah, her
but she
daddy.
signed it. So now that things are popping in her life, she wants to renegotiate because Rock Nation, they was like, "Yo, did you know that this is in your contract?" She was like, "No."
Well, she signed to them for management.
Yeah. So now she wants to renegotiate, and they're like,
"No,
you got to finish out this contract."
And
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. I see. You know, I kind of see it from both points because knowing some artists,
But if you were the owner of her contract.
I mean, I feel for him because he put out a lot of money to get her started, but and that's the risk that you take as the company, as an investor, yeah. But now her talent, she's sold at least 4 million albums right now, 4 million singles or albums, and she's popping. She's a very she's right there like where Cardi B and Nicki Minaj is. So
she got to finish out that contract.
But you know what? I think renegotiations though, I do feel like at this point, if it's warranted that she made $7 million and they only gave her $15,000 out of it. I'm thinking if they renegotiate that contract, would the company be able to recoup a lot of the money they potentially lost by renegotiating that contract? I think because she's a big star, I think that them taking the chance and renegotiating that contract. Possibly because she can become a mega star, the company can get more money.
Well, they want that money to keep coming in.
No, I get that. I don't think she should get out of the deal. Like, I think she needs to honor the contract, but I definitely feel like some of the royalty rates and just some of the things, I think it was a point where she gets 40%, they get 60%, and she has to pay for studio time, hair, makeup, features.
That's a lot out of
engineering.
Engineering, mastering. Like she's paying for a lot, so I think that's fair. I think they need to come to a medium.
Yeah, I believe so too. Especially if they got all the money that they put out and then some.
Yeah. I mean, it's business practice. Ain't nobody in business nothing.
Well, it's the same thing in football. It happens in sports too. It happens in football. No, really, it happens in sport. It happens in basketball and football. Like when you outperform your contract, you try to renegotiate to get more money, right? And a lot of times the owners are looking at you like, well, no, you got to carry out this contract. We're not going to do nothing until you finish out this contract. So, I mean,
do y'all think they should have? Like, if you know that we're the height that you're trying to get in your career, you think you should have kind of like paid attention to the contract early on?
I would have to. That's what I was actually going to say. I think that this puts people in a position that you're trying to, whatever it is you're trying to pursue, and you're trying to make it to the next level, especially when you're trying to get to that next dollar, that next bigger bag. You're trying to go from a Kelly to a Birkin, whatever your desire is.
That's your language.
Regardless of what that is, learn to put yourself in a position or put yourself around the right people so you can make the right decision. Even if you in the basement, if you can understand how to verbiage on a contract or friends with someone that understands that's connected to a lawyer, so that way you're starting right and you understand like how to maneuver through a contract.
And you got to know your potential too. Like I guess you look at it as, but I think like I really don't know how far this whole rapid thing is going to take.
And this happens all the time. I mean, at TLC, who else?
Tony Braxton.
But even then, when she recruits, she just went bankrupt because she was like Gucci pleats. So
and Oprah Winfrey for that.
Okay, but at the end of the day, it's still a learning experience, a learning curve, and sometimes we are so hungry to be on, we overlook that. But that is the most important thing in your career is your contract.
And
because that determines your cash flow.
And I don't know if you knew guys like Cash Doll too, the rapper Cash Doll. She was in a bad contract. She signed with like this drug dealer from Detroit, and he gave her like $200,000, and she couldn't record for 2 years. She had to pay like I think $2 million to get out the contract.
But believe it or not, it's actually been happening because I think the same thing happened with Future and Ludacris.
But I think
with Monica's baby father.
People are so eager to get in these contracts that they're willing to just trying to be out there. So my thing is like, there's been people who waited until they build up their momentum on themselves, so they can go to a label and say, "Listen, I did this on my own. Y'all got to give me a good contract, otherwise."
And understand what is a contract and what should be in a contract.
And get an attorney and don't sign with your mom.
But she's trying to go to Rock Nation, right? After this contract is fulfilled, she's
trying to under her for management.
Okay,
she wasn't trying to leave the deal.
Oh, so she's not trying to leave the label.
No,
okay, she just wants to renegotiate the contract. Okay.
But in Carl Crawford's defense, the guy who owns the label, he said that Rock Nation came at him sideways, and they kind of said like, it's either you renegotiate or you get nothing, and he felt disrespected because he like kind of invested in her when nobody believed.
Yeah, that's the risk though. That's really the risk right there. Like if I put up $1 million to invest in you, and then what if she didn't pan out? Then that's his loss. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's like he can't come back and say, "Oh, can you pay me that?"
Back and then some. I'm sure.
Well, no, but what I'm saying, he can't come back to her and say, "Well, you owe me $1 million. This is I invested in you to in hopes that you would make it." Right?
I think she got to just finish out the contract because everybody else is stick to the contract in every part of life.
Yeah, I would say just finish out the contract. Find out where the loophole is in the contract.
Just do the bare minimum.
Find out where the loophole is.
That can come back to bite you though.
No. There's always a loophole in every contract. There's a law and then there's ways to.
I get it, but that could come back to bite her though.
What?
She put out some new music.
Yeah, not there, but she can still work the bare minimum within the contract if the numbers don't.
And if she's not seen for a period of time, these other girls are waiting behind her, waiting to take that spot. Okay.
I mean, right now, like she definitely has to take her moment. Like right now,
she got to take it.
This is her projections of the record sale. So you tell me what you think.
Let me see. So did anybody see the Real Housewives of Atlanta this past Sunday? No? Did you see it?
I saw some of the highlights.
It's a little reductive.
Yeah. Okay, so the big thing was about how Kenya Moore's husband was treating her during the last episode.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They say that Mark is Kenya's karma for treating everybody so nasty. Like he was really, really nasty to her. And it's sad because you can see the love in her eyes. She really wants to work out, but he's just not
that's just a context.
I think she did.
That's just a context.
She got thick too over the years too. Kenya. I was looking at some of the old reunions compared to.
Well, she had a baby.
I know that,
and she's a woman of a certain age.
Oh, she always kept it tight though. But ain't no wrong with it. But no, I did see the clip with him kind of like walking away, saying like something, mumbling something under his breath or something like that.
He was talking about production.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to be seen on the camera. I think he's uncomfortable with that, but I also think that he knows how Kenya is. He knows her personality, he knows her attitude, and she's a bitch. Like, even when she came in, even when the chick Marlo came in with the two sons, she tried to sit her at a different table. It was just awkward, and it's like, why you guys even got to go there? You know what I mean?
But I think what she's going through is all that hurt that she's getting from her husband.
Fuck all that.
She's projecting that onto everybody.
Fuck all that.
Mm-hmm. I know what that feels like.
I don't do that. I try to keep my hurt inside. I think Kenya Moore is just trying to keep the check.
So where do you release your emotions though if you keep it inside? It's shopping, retail therapy.
No, I have. Well, sometimes with that, and then sometimes with that, and then sometimes I'm an overeater. So sometimes like
to eat.
If I'm upset, I don't know if you guys do that, but if I'm upset, it's either three modes for me. It's either like I'm going to eat bad, really bad, just because I'm upset, or I'm going
to. What you like to eat?
Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
I'm like a big stromboli with like just all the stuff in it, or a bunch of Chinese food, like Chinese food.
Ribs, you like ribs?
I'll eat all of that.
I didn't mean to.
I like the stromboli though. I like
the look.
I told you, chill.
It was one of those moms in church.
Because I like to eat. That's
you in great shape. I have a slow metabolism, so it's like I gain weight quickly, and that's like so that's the backfiring part of it. You know what I mean? But if I'm angry, or I'll just I'll go online anonymously and I'll just start like attacking people in comments.
Oh, you're a troll.
I have a fake page. Yeah.
Oh. What's the fake page name?
What's the name? I'm not telling y'all.
Let me go on my DMs.
But yeah, I'll just go in the comments and just start attacking people in comments, and then makes me feel better.
That makes you feel good
versus getting in a real conversation with somebody.
Okay, moving right along. So Nene Leakes went on the Breakfast Club, and they asked her about her friendship with Wendy Williams. Recently, Wendy exposed
the shopping trip.
The shopping trip, but also Nene texted Wendy and said, "I quit." During the commercial, Wendy came back out and said, Nene quits the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So they asked her, they said, how do you get along with Wendy knowing that every conversation y'all have might be leaked on her show? Nene said that it's hard for her to trust her, and every time they talk, she has to say, this is not for your TV show. Do you guys have friends that y'all love, but they actually talk a lot?
Yes.
And if y'all do, how do y'all deal with them?
Don't tell them my business.
Don't tell them, okay.
You only tell them what you need them to know.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, no pun intended, to anybody particular at this table.
I don't know shit about your shit. I don't know shit about your life. I know shit about your life, but I can say over time. I ain't write a book yet.
But he said once we stop being friends, I didn't say no shit like that. He said the book is coming out.
And with the movie, he already screened it.
If it's not making me money, I'm not listening.
But
no, honestly, with I have been very, very lucky over the years. The people that I have identified as friends respect me. Things that I share with them, and I'll open up with them. But they also know my temper, so But most people don't know my temper because I kind of keep that, in a different area.
Yeah, I've never seen you heated. Yeah, except that one time when that man didn't fuck you good.
I remember that.
And don't co-sign that bullshit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Don't co-sign.
You
gotta be cussing on a Sunday. Don't co-sign that.
I heard about that.
I know what something about his.
Ooh. Yeah, you trying to say. I'm just saying. Don't try. Listen, don't have me go back to 2007. I'm trying to keep it professional across the table. I will call for cards out. Now, moving forward.
No, I mean, I agree with you. All the friendships and stuff I've never had to, tell somebody that, okay, this is for your ears only. You know what I mean? Or because I would trust that, that friendship would keep that sacred. And even for him, like when tell him certain things, I know it wouldn't go out to anyone. So I trust all my friends.
I think I had to learn over the years not to talk so much because I was when I was younger I was a talker and I wasn't
more than mouth.
And it wasn't necessarily like
more ways than one.
And it wasn't necessarily being messy. It was just sometimes like
you said no better.
Offering information that just didn't need to be offered. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you know, one of my friends, oh yeah, like they on vacation right now with their boyfriend, they doing XYZ, and I shouldn't have said that because everybody didn't know they was on vacation, and that person that they was on vacation with wasn't their boyfriend. So I just so after a while, getting older and getting into the 30s, I think I've gotten better with keeping secrets, even keeping my own business to myself. Because I used to tell all my business too.
Yeah, some stuff you got to keep to your chest.
That's when people just show up at your doorstep.
Do you find it hard to kind of, because I know you want to tell this information, but do you kind of find it hard to not say anything?
Now, no.
But do you do this? Do you have like certain friends where, like, if a friend tells you something, you'll go to that next friend because you know, girl, don't say nothing. I gotta get this off. Girl, don't say nothing. No, they ain't gonna say nothing. There's somebody you can tell somebody to.
Jamez knows my very best friend. His name is Stan. He lives in LA. He's a hairstylist. Jamez knows him.
Okay.
And we have a friend named Smiley too, and he lives out there too. So if those two, if they're going at it, like I'm like, look, don't say nothing.
Right.
But this is what's happening. And he really but I'm trying to like bring them together. So I'm like, he's going through something right now. So I really feel like you need to understand where he's coming from.
So you try to play the middle.
But don't come like he's having a bad time right now with this, and they'll get back together. And
No, I get it.
It's all love.
You're like, that's what they
I got this
and then eventually, I know.
And I used to be like gossip girl in the city. I used to know everybody's business. I'm talking about the straight niggas, the girls. I used to tell everybody's business.
So listeners, if he ever said any of y'all information y'all found out, leave a comment. let us know.
They used to come to my house to fight me. They used to be like, "We outside, bitch. Come outside." Like it used to go down. Windows bust out, all that.
For real. Damn.
I had to get better.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now we're gonna shift on it because nothing.
What? I'm listening.
We're gonna move on to hot topic because unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
Anything spicy?
No, well, anything spicy. Well,
Gotcha.
Oh, what do y'all? Well, I don't know if did y'all talk about the Dwayne Wade thing already?
Oh, yeah. More than enough.
Okay, all right, so y'all talked about that. Yeah. Now, I have a spin on it. Like, do you feel like his birth mother, because I've heard that she is in some kind of, like, legal situation where he has custody, and I heard that she is not feeling any of this.
Yeah. So go ahead. Sure.
So basically, this whole Zion Wade, because I'll call him Zion. I'm not with the whole Zyla thing. I have a different opinion on it. I think that he's too young. I think this whole thing is immediate attention blitz for Dwayne and Gabrielle. I think they're getting more boosts off of it for their celebrity. I really think that
they need the attention. Is what you're trying to say?
I think that he dropped a rap song with Rick Ross that he's promoting.
Dwayne?
Yes, and he's like,
so they're exploiting their kids' sexuality too.
I really believe that. I don't think so too. I don't think it's all genuine. And his birth mother, who actually carried him, who was Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, she's under some kind of gag order with Dwayne where she can't really speak out, and I think he has full custody, she has partial custody. But I heard she's not feeling this whole thing at all. Like, she's not feeling like the whole transgender movement.
Let me ask you a question though. You said that they're using this for their celebrity. So if you were them, this was a genuine moment for you and your kid. It blossomed into something else. So unbelievable. All this attention garnished from this situation. You have a publicist. They say, hey, we can capitalize off this moment. Is that wrong?
Yes.
Morally.
I mean, but you're doing
cash and exposure, yes.
But you're doing the things that you've been already doing, but they're just saying, hey, let's seize this moment. And
I think it's morally. I think you have to have morals.
But do you think initially started off as, hey, let's exploit our son, our child, so that we can get
started off that way.
No, but I think
so. Is it wrong to then capitalize off of that moment when you find out there's a wave to be ridden? I'm just asking.
I think so.
I think right now
you have a book coming out.
Yes.
You have a movie coming out as well. You drop some stuff about somebody in your family, and you say, "Hey, there's a way all this unexpected attention."
But why would you want to? Go ahead, I'll let you go.
All this unexpected attention. Do you not take that moment to promote your book and your movie?
When we talk about children, I mean, you have a child. You know, I don't have children, but I mean, I do have nieces and nephews. I just think that at a certain point, they need to be children. I think we need to talk about all of that identity and where you want to be. Let just grow up. Just be a child. Go through school. Do what you need to do.
That's not the question I asked.
And don't. No, I think that you should not exploit your kids. I don't think that you should capitalize off of any situation that your family is potentially going through.
Even if this could be this could be college money for them in the future.
I can't see a good side to exploiting the situation that my kid is currently going through. Regardless if it involves getting more money, getting more exposure, getting a platinum album, I just can't see that.
But this is the life that they live.
Honestly, I really don't feel like it's exploitation. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's exploitation, but I do think that there's something a little bit more to the story, and I feel like they did their best to get ahead of it, to create all of this conglomerate going on. So whatever is really happening behind the scenes,
it's sort of like what the Kardashians
you wouldn't have known. The thing is, you wouldn't have known anything about his son if he didn't put that out there. His son could have been at home. He could have been just an average parent. His son could have been going to school every day. He could have been still very supportive of his child going to school and being what's his name, Zaina or whatever his name is. Her name is. Instead of putting it out there in public.
So what I'm
if you don't know why they did that though.
You don't know why they did it. So the other portion is that. So
why would you do it?
So with to show full support to my child and whatever.
You can do that behind closed doors.
You can do that.
But why do you need that?
But here's the thing: if my child doesn't want to be behind closed doors, I got to go outside the street and do the same.
As a child, you were making that decision on whether or not you want to be out there in the forefront of this whole movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's still happening whether they.
No, I'm not letting my child at 12 years old make that decision whether they want to be out there like that.
What decision?
Make what decision?
At 12 years old, they got their own social media, right?
I don't know what they got.
I'm sure.
Exactly.
My son at 12.
And also, you know what happens with
social media wasn't out when your son was 12.
My son is only 15. 3 years ago?
I just feel like it's
you're doing recess or no, it wasn't outside. Do you know every movement of your child and everything?
I know what you were saying.
I just feel like at some point, who's running the show? The parents or the kids? It's like, at 12 years old, I did what my parents told me to do. Like, then my parents told me to go to bed, I'm going to bed. If they told me to wash dishes, I wash dishes.
That's 2020.
I don't even think I knew my full sexual identity at 12. I think at 12, I was still watching cartoons.
You wasn't fucking at 12?
No.
Anybody here was fucking at 12? I wasn't.
No, I was watching cartoons.
I know some people.
I was a kid. Like, I used to watch cartoons and just want to do kid things. I was still taking bubble baths at 12. I was there.
Yeah, but the world was a totally different world when we were children.
Yeah.
And then the exposure and then the direction of everybody taking was totally different. Yes, back then our parents did govern over us, but look at the comparison of the rebellion versus the people that just turned out normal. Right now, it seems like the rebellion is leading because everybody hated being suppressed or hated being, whatever the case may be. Even if it's at a moment that you had this thought of having a strong will to say, you know what, Dad, I'm attracted to men. I think I like men. And as a father, it's either you're going to beat them down or lift them up.
He's being very supportive. Compare him to EJ, Magic Johnson and EJ. Magic said he knew his son was gay when he was 3 years old.
Of course.
And throughout the whole time, his transition, Magic never put his son out there. Magic never said.
EJ has never transitioned. EJ has
never. He transitioned to something. Then he transitioned
to seeing him physically transition to something and physically
EJ don't go by EJ. Trust me. He don't go by EJ.
What she go by?
Eartha.
She goes by Eartha?
No.
Y'all giving me some tea.
No. But
I'm sure she now call her EJ.
You know, I feel like they're trying they're trying to get ahead of the problem of being ridiculed, taken the world is a mean place altogether.
It is.
And I feel like they're jumping ahead of it to create a fence or a barrier.
What's wrong with making a couple dollars off the again, I said like what the Kardashians did. You know, she got the porn and they got ahead of that,
and the Kardashians aren't the moral standard for the world either.
You go from making money.
But here's the thing,
from making money.
But with that same example, I mean, just said do everything from behind closed doors. But how many families are actually fucked up behind closed doors? That's not the moral standard either.
Because I think they're opening him up to more criticism. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys read the comments,
but just imagine what he's doing for the world, though.
Alert and Shade Room and Hollywood.
So do you put it out in the world, or do you keep it suppressing it inside?
No, it's not being suppressed. He's still being supportive of his
child. I think until he's grown enough to handle. He's still a kid. I just feel like all these grown people attacking him with their opinions right now.
But that's the problem. It's adults attacking him. It's not the other kids.
But look what this has done for the world, though. You have people like The Game who came out and said, "Hey, I salute Dwayne Wade for supporting his son." And like, if all men can be like that,
but then you have people like Lil Boosie, like Dwayne Wade, need to be slapped because
fuck her.
But I'm just saying, like on the other hand, you have other people, grown people attacking.
But if you
like Lil Boosie,
but if you can change the mind, if you can change
child, and at the end of the day, is the one that's suffering.
If you can change the mind of one. If you could change the mind of one not hetero, but if you could change the mind of one homophobic father
or the social norm father,
but again, he could have made that. I think he could have.
And you can't do that behind closed doors, though.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think you can still make that statement. I mean, I think
Magic Johnson. It was a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot.
And then he went on this whole media tour with it, and it was just like, what are you doing? It's like all these talk shows talking about.
But they're celebrities, though. They're celebrities.
As a kid, now once you step.
I think it's his wife, though. I think his wife overstepping her boundaries.
You think? Are you gonna put this on Gabrielle? You got no information about that, but you just.
Saleem Vanderpump told us.
I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm just old school.
45 seconds.
If I was a parent, you guys are both parents. But if I did have a child, like I would be very protective of that. If that was something I think that we would deal with eternally, if we need to go to therapy, if we need to talk to people, I would not take that public.
But you're not,
But at 12 years old.
But you're not in the limelight in the way that they are. So,
exactly.
So you don't know what you would do if you're in their shoes. They made the best decision for them at that time. They felt it was right. You guys disagree, but there's a lot of people who agree with them and a lot of people disagree. So we all have opinions, just like assholes. So we're gonna put that where?
Back there. All right, we have our guest today. He's been filling in. Saleem Vanderpump. Also known as Saleem Cherry Pie.
Vanderpump Rules.
I'm so happy to be here.
You did meet Lisa Vanderpump, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you
My
did
mother. Yes, at her restaurant Villa Blanca in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
In December.
And she gave you that. She gave you the last name. She said you are officially a Vanderpump.
I just told her I'm your long lost black son that you never had. And she said, "Welcome."
That was it.
All right.
So wait, I was gonna say, what were we eating?
What are we eating?
Yeah, what is it?
Smells, this is good.
And who made it?
Thank you. It's a little something.
Okay.
Mother.
So for all the fellas out there, they know what they look forward to.
Likes to cook on the side.
Yes. Mother probably got men lined up with this food.
Oh, they lined up for something else.
Well, they lined up for some. What they lined up for?
I'm not gonna say.
Good. Anyway, so
I'm one of those friends that keep her mouth shut.
Anyway, so we just have a pecan crusted salmon with a little bit of crab meat, Parmesan cheese, and just loads of just kind of like sweet and spicy nuances going through that. And we just had some garlic butter, string beans, and
it's good. It's good.
All right. So listen, let's get into our guest. Our guest, Saleem Vanderpump. So listen, Saleem, you've been around for a while.
I'm an old girl.
I'm an old girl.
Yes, 30 years in the game.
I've been around.
Yes. But listen, let's talk about some of the things you got going on. Let's talk about, you mentioned that you have you're coming out with your second book. Your first book, Fatally Flawless, was in 2017.
Yes, it was.
So you want to kind of, how did that go for you?
It went great. Fatally Flawless was kind of based on the time when me and Phil was in high school, like around that era, just like the late 90s and everything that was happening at that time when we were coming up, and it kind of chronicled 3 girls. They were best friends. They went to Overbrook High School, seniors, popular girls in the school, and they just got caught up in the streets. They were dating street guys, and it's I just wanted to chronicle the consequences that came along with that lifestyle, because everybody thinks it's glitter and gold and the pieces and the clothes and the money, everything, the cars, it all feels great, but
cars, clothes, and hoes.
But it's a dark side to that. So I met my writing partner, Sophia Basin, in 2018, and she's like, "Yo, we got to turn this into a film." And I didn't really think we were going to do it, but we turned the book into a script.
Nice.
And we approached some investors, and we did the first film here. And we shot it for about like $50,000. We had some premieres here at 69th Street and went really well. We took it to LA. It did well. We did a screening at the Man Chinese Theater.
Okay.
In December, and we're trying to get it on Netflix now.
Oh wow!
That's a big deal.
Now, when you go to Netflix, will you make it a series or just be like a movie?
Well, we're trying to get the film on there now. We would love to do a series, so that's why we're going back to shoot a second film.
Yeah. So
it's going to be Fatally Flawless 2.
Okay.
We're going to have some of the same cast, but we're going to bring some known actors in. So I have a meeting on the 18th with my investor. Praying to God that that she cut the check.
That's right.
Because if she cut the check, then we could get started shooting.
That's what's up.
So then go to Philly, where you do any local casting?
Yes.
For people especially in the hometown that's trying to get put on and get some experiences and exposure.
Well, I'll have the casting, of course, on my Instagram page and my my Facebook page, and we'll put it out there. Once we start casting, but we're gonna bring some original cast members back. In the first one, we had Charlie Baltimore in it. We had PNB Rock. Who else did we use? Skeet the comedian. I'm trying to think. We had a few known actors from Philly in the first one, so we're gonna continue that in the second one.
So, writing your first book and then dealing with the experiences behind it, what have you learned to move forward in your next project?
Well, the first project was a little different because it was straight fictional. It was like really based on people that I knew growing up and the things that I saw growing up.
So
well, why wasn't I in the book? Say no.
But you wasn't.
I didn't have any like really fly gay characters in the first book.
I mean, we should consider that for the second movie.
So it was a little different, but the Material Boys is very near and dear to me, my second novel, because it's kind of loosely based on me and my best friends, and it's about 3 friends that grew up in Philly, and the lead character, he has this boyfriend that cheats on him all the time, and
I can play that role.
And he's trying to, and he manages a boutique in Center City, and he's just like a great person, and he's very outgoing, and he just wants this relationship to work with this character named Rashawn, and Rashawn is just a piece of shit. And he has these 2 best friends. One is a gigolo who's sleeping with everybody, and then he has a second best friend. Pretty much is he lost his lover in a tragic accident, so he's kind of closed off to dating. So they all decide to get out of Philly and go to LA, and it's just like a new world for them, and they're trying to work in the industry as far as hairstyling, fashion styling, and wanting to become a male model, and love, and everything that comes with just moving to a new city. They each meet different guys, and we kind of follow their journey, and I just think this is a fun book for our community, and anybody that's gay will love it and relate to it and be able to understand it.
Okay. Now, 2 questions. Will your friends get some commission off of this?
We talked about it.
I was gonna say, do you specifically name them?
Oh no, the characters.
Do you think they're entitled to commission?
I think so. You're talking about your story and making money off of it.
I told them, I said, if I make some money, I'm gonna cut y'all a check. And I really would. Like, my friends, I'll do anything.
Now, how big is the check gonna be? So let's say this.
Don't get in that man's pockets like that.
I'm just throwing out there. So let's
say, because they're gonna use this to see.
Exactly. I'm trying to make sure all my people get their money.
What was that movie that came out? That movie where the guy Tay Diggs wrote the book. Best man.
It's kind of, I can't look. I wouldn't. It would be no book without those two guys. So I would be willing to definitely cut them a check. They know how much I love them. Like they know when it comes to me with money. Like he knows when you really love somebody. Like if they call you, if you got it, you gonna get it. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of money, Saleem is always known, having a few things, doing a few things.
Yeah.
But how with money, there's a lot of things that come attached to that. So, do you give back to your community? Do you give in our community, LGBT community, the Black community? Like, where's your drive? Where's your passion at?
Well, you'll be surprised. I've done a few programs with the city where we do. It's a woman named Umi. She runs a Doom Day, and and we're actually doing an event at Simon Gratz High School where I'll be speaking, just telling kids if they wanted to get into fashion industry as far as like styling or starting their own fashion brands, just giving them like a 101 course on it. And I did it in the summertime. So I don't always broadcast everything I do, but I do some shit events. I'm really heavy in like, especially with teens and anything I could do with like helping out with the up and coming LGBTQ community. People inbox me all the time about things they want to try as far as getting started with their own brands or getting into the industry, because I when we started, it wasn't anybody to help us. It was just like we kind of just did it.
So you're trying to open up that door for other people,
exactly.
Other young kids. That's good.
Exactly.
All right, well, that's good. Well, I guess that kind of leads into my next question. So, you were very vocal about being a proud Black gay Republican.
Oh, what?
I was.
Get out! So he said he was. He was.
Or current?
It was.
No longer?
No. At that point, I'm sure we all knew the infamous Daily News cover. Mm-hmm. I felt like Kim Kardashian. I was in Ibiza, Spain on vacation in 2015. And I think 2015, 2016. And I was at the airport coming back to Philly and my phone would not stop ringing. Apparently, the editor of the Daily News, who I won't name,
Wait. Was it the Black editor?
Yes.
I think I know. Is she female?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And she was an associate, and literally she asked me some questions about Donald Trump, about what Donald Trump meant to...
That's the time.
Okay.
Keep going.
What Donald Trump meant to... Why would Black people find Donald Trump appealing? And at that time, I was like, yeah, he's a billionaire. Everybody loved Donald Trump. All the rappers name dropped Donald Trump. He represented power in our community, to Black people. And I said, yeah, people would probably want to be interested in voting for him. This was before a lot of things came out. And I was Team Trump at the time.
Trump checks.
Okay. At the time, I was a Bernie bro, which I still am. And once I felt like they stole the nomination from Bernie. I didn't like Hillary Clinton, and I wasn't going to vote for her, so I kind of switched over to Trump. They put me on the cover of the Daily News, and it said, owner of, Belargo, which was the brand that I co-owned at the time. And I did not know I was going to be on the cover of the newspaper. When I came back, I felt crucified. I never had so many derogatory comments. I lost followers. People in my family were mad at me. I felt alienated. People were protesting in front of our store at the time. It was so bad. I felt like literally that was like one of the darkest moments in my life doing that Trump stuff.
So, Saleem, tell us about you. What's going on? You seeing anybody?
I'm right now. I have a few things going on.
A few things or a few people?
She booked and busy.
People.
That's why she did.
So you're dating.
But
you have to say dating.
But it's dating because it's deep. I'm in love with everybody.
You're in love with two guys?
With everybody, yeah.
What would y'all do with this?
No, they wouldn't like each other.
But it's about you.
Do they know about each other?
They command them.
I have this guy from LA that I've been seeing for about 2 years, and he came here for Valentine's Day. That's when you saw the video I put up when we was kissing.
Ooh, you put a video on Instagram?
It was like, Saleem, I didn't know you was this sweet.
Okay.
And I met this guy. His name's Wyman. He's from LA.
Wait, Wyman from North Philly? Like, no.
He's from South Central.
His cousin named Keisha.
He drives a BMW.
And he's amazing. And we started seeing each other. He's just a great spirit. He is an Aries too.
What's the talk about him? He's like no
versatile. I don't like versatile guys.
So you talk about him. What are you
versatile?
You're versatile.
You ain't versatile. Like, what do you prefer though?
When I'm in the mood, because when I'm submissive, I'm submissive. But when I want to be, when I want
by the season.
But when I want control, I want control. You know what I mean? It's just I might be submissive for 3 months, but when I feel like I want you face down, that's when I want you. Okay. That's what I'm feeling in that moment.
You heard it.
And we met, and he's really, really dope. He works a regular job. He works for Amazon, and he's a driver. And he's total opposite of me.
And what about the other one?
He's a thug. He's gangster.
I
might be messing with the same mate.
The other one, he got tattoos and he's in the street stuff. He wants to sell weed.
So for that one, you what you doing? Because I'm not going to assume because
is he like DL?
Is he type of bottom verse?
Okay. He's a top.
He's a top. So you taking that meat?
Yes.
L.
You're not really talking to me like that.
Well, it's a different dynamic with him. With him, he's a whole.
You just melt.
Yes. If y'all saw him and y'all talk, y'all would not never suspect anything. Y'all would not even know.
Now with him being DL, now you're on this show, like.
I ain't say his name.
Didn't say his name. So does he come to your house or do you go to his house? Do you guys go out on dates?
What time do you
guys go out on dates though?
He was at my house last night.
What time you come to the door?
He had to go. His grandmom having something. He got to see his PO on Monday. So, so I had to help him get ready for his PO.
So are you bi-coastal?
Yes.
Awesome. But so your main residence is here or
here?
Main residence is here.
So me and my LA boy, we fly back and forth.
Okay.
I fly to see. He came to see me this month, and then I'm going to go see him on his birthday.
Okay.
Let's get into this DL guy, this man, because we always have conversations about these guys being DL and what they got going on.
Is he still
mess with women?
And are you the sideline hoe?
I wouldn't say the sideline hoe anymore. I probably was in the beginning. He will. You know, he does have his certain girls that he messes with. I know it's like a stripper girl, one stripper girl that he likes, that he messes with, that he got.
So you know that he likes stripper girls. Are you into performing these stripper moves in the bedroom for him?
I don't perform stripper moves.
So you just lay there?
No. I'm not. No, I'm the dead fucking, but like dead fuck. Y'all know them dead fucks.
Fuck me.
Like it's like, is it a corpse? Like no, but like no, I'm very active, and I'm we Tauruses, so we very freaky. So we like pleasing.
So Tauruses like that?
We love.
Because they said Scorpios are horrible.
Scorpios are freaky.
They say Scorpios are freaky.
Like I have my toys, and I have certain lubes.
What kind of toys do you have? Pause.
I have like the vibrating cock rings. I have the beads. The anal
you
beads.
got the on your butt. Now, what do they do?
How many anal beads you have?
I got a few.
No. I mean, how
many beads is on the string?
On the string, yeah.
The most I've ever used was like 5.
Oh wow.
How big are they? They're like really small, right?
They're like medium shape. They're like the size of.
So you ain't never stripped 10 in there?
I know.
You want somebody with 10 in there?
No. So what do they do?
They just open you up. They just make you more receptive,
ready for they're not the final.
So you just put them in there and they vibrate, or what?
They vibrate, and then and then if you have someone that puts their penis inside of you, it just causes like a freak.
With the beads.
Yeah, with the beads.
My bad. I thought the beads. I don't know.
So it's no double penetration.
I mean, it's like you already penetrated, but it just gives you like another sensation. It depends on what mood you're in. Like if I'm in the mood for that.
Do you use poppers?
I love poppers.
Okay.
I mean, do y'all like the jungle juice?
That was your question. I've tried them all. That was the next question. That was my next question.
The jungle juice, and what's the other one? What's the one with the yellow and red?
It's Blue Boy, then it's
I just know Jungle Juice.
Platinum. I usually get Jungle Juice Platinum.
Jungle Juice, okay.
And it just gives you a great rush. I think poppers are great. Some people be like, I don't want to try that. It's like drugs. Poppers get you ready for whatever.
I love poppers at the top end and poppers at the bottom. Like
yes.
So Question. So I know I got turned on to poppers by someone at the table. Did you get turned on to poppers? Somebody from this table introduce you to poppers?
Yeah, somebody at this table.
Really?
Was it you, Saleem?
I don't think y'all was with me, but I was
So
peer pressure.
Always.
Okay.
You need to try these.
They took you to get.
But let me ask you this: do y'all not, or do y'all love them?
I love.
That's what I'm saying. So shut the fuck up.
They definitely put you where you need to be.
Yeah, I think poppers get the mood started. You know, like both of my guys like them. Yeah.
I wonder if they do that with
you don't think you can get both of you guys so you like to give you the ultimate experience?
They wouldn't like each other.
Would you like that?
But it's not about them. It's about
two penises in you at one time.
I thought about trying it at Valentine's Day.
Two
my LA guy was
at one time. Would you
no.
Like? You want that?
You just said anal beads and penetration.
No, I don't think.
You don't want two dicks in you?
One mouth, one. I can't do both. I can't do both. Yeah, I can't do both. No, I think that's too much.
For our skin complexion, that's too much. For hers, it's good. No, I'm just saying. For black people.
No, y'all ain't. No, because you gotta live after that. Like, I ain't walking around.
Sneezing hole.
Listen, I ain't walking around with no Depends on.
Leaky.
I know bitches that really be wearing Depends.
Ooh. Because they're too thick.
Because they ass is so wore out. Yeah.
Damn.
They inside is on the outside.
Yeah, they be shorting. No, they not getting me.
Shorting. What's that?
When you farting.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You think you farting and some other stuff come out because you can't control your bowels.
Oh Lord.
That happens. Lord. It's some bitches wore out.
All right, I just ate. Let's not go back into the shorting, but listen, Saleem.
What's the next question?
We're gonna move. No.
We're
gonna move. First, our questions from our viewers is actually what we all want to entertain.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Listen, can you plug in your information?
Where can people find you?
Should I do that now?
You can do that now.
Oh, well, I'm always on Instagram. I'm Saleem_Vanderpump. I've had that name for 14 years. I have not changed that name. I've always had that name. Or you can find me on Facebook, Khalil Saleem Roberts. And Twitter, I'm Mr. Cherry Pie on Twitter. I'm usually not on Twitter as much, but
Mr. Cherry Pie sound like one of those.
And your
OnlyFans.
And your OnlyFans account.
Well, I watch a lot of porn on Twitter. I don't know if y'all watch the Twitter porn, but that's the best porn.
Did y'all see the baby?
Do y'all hear really dog?
The dog was excited when I said the baby. See?
Who has a dog
here? You hear it? No, it's outside.
I
think it's outside.
Yeah, we gotta get a better studio.
I know we got. But I watch a lot of Twitter porn, so I watch some of the family only, like XX Daddy and his boyfriend.
Okay, so we're gonna table this.
Rap Vengeance.
We're gonna table this, and we're gonna be right back.
For cheese.
Yes, I used to go.
Let's get into it.
Give him all my money.
All right, y'all. So we back.
What's up, y'all? We back.
Okay.
I guess I had he wanted seconds.
I'm sorry, y'all. The food is just so good. And if
she's an emotional eater.
And if you know me, I'm a foodie, so I'm gonna eat.
Well, I'm glad you were pleased.
It was really good, though.
All right. So, do we got any questions? What's on other people's tables?
So this is the segment where we start to get into other people's questions. Talks from other people's tables. So these are questions that our viewers send in to us. And they want us to talk about this on the table. So we got a few questions. We got some good ones. We got some sexy ones too. So all right, let's get into the first question. So why, when you first start a committed relationship, your friends really don't understand that you have to back off somewhat to secure that relationship? They say all of a sudden, oh, you acted new, or maybe they jealous, or maybe they could be potentially jealous. But I guess the question is, why don't your friends really understand that if you're in a committed relationship that you do have to back off sometimes to secure that relationship?
I've been that friend, so I know both sides of that. Mm-hmm. I think when you have a group of friends, especially when you're younger, let's say like your early 20s, mid 20s, like you and your friends are joined at the hip. Y'all go shopping together. Y'all talk on the phone together. Y'all stay together. Y'all party together. Y'all do everything together. Travel, vacation. So it's kind of like you kind of start being in a relationship with each other
without sex.
Without the sex. Yeah. Well, some friends, because I do know some.
But they're not friends.
Because I know some friends. No, I know some friends that they do a little something, and they still
friends.
Yeah, so I just think you kind of go through this emotional attachment with your friends. So when one of the group, if it's a group of 3 or 4, meet somebody that's taking them away from that group, It is some jealousy, and it is some resentment, and it is territory.
But then you also think though, like if they ain't got a man, you're like, yo, why the fuck you ain't got no man?
I don't think that because everybody finds a man in their own time.
Eventually you want your friends to find somebody.
No, it's like, girl, I don't want you to have a man. I want you to be at the club with me, and I want you to be with me, and I want you to be high with me, and I want us to be having fun and at the diner.
Listen, I can't fuck your man every time, so I'm gonna listen.
And it's
it's like a relationship.
You do have your relationships because I have my friends. Like I don't know about y'all. Like we like laying in the bed together. We'll be eating food, watching
that's
movies.
just two bottoms to do, right?
It'll be like three of us in the bed, and like we're eating ice cream and we watching like that little movie, and we talk about, I want a man one day.
I know friends like that. They'll cuddle, and I'm just like, girl, like
you don't like, it's like you have a certain intimacy.
Bitch, if we cuddling, I'm fucking.
So once you have once one of that person finds somebody that's removing them from us, it is going to be some resentment. Yeah. And I think eventually people do get over it and they kind of say, you know what? I'm happy for you. Mm-hmm. And if they have a good guy, like if the guy's a genuinely good guy, then that expands the circle. Yeah, and it kind of expands the group, and it's like, okay, we're going to love your boyfriend too.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Until they fuck up.
But you don't want them to like outright just cut y'all off like completely.
No, you know what I mean? No,
you can't do that. But a lot of people do that though, right?
Because she's shady. She ain't got time for us.
Exactly. Well, I would say I'm probably one of them people. I won't cut my friends completely off, but everybody knows me. I'm always a very busy person. So now if I'm dating someone and it's starting to get serious, you up for her?
Busy, smishy.
You go ahead.
You try it, Ellie?
All right, go ahead.
She's busy.
No, sometimes I can be very, very busy. Like, between work, and obligations, like with life, I have a lot going on. And sometimes, like now, I'm starting. If I date somebody, that's another entity added on. So it's like, all right, everything kind of get like I gotta allocate time
for what you want to make time for.
I allocate time for everything that I make time for.
Now, do you say age plays a difference? Because I'm definitely, when I was in my 20s. We were very reckless. I think me and my friends weren't serious about any guys. I think I was the first one serious, and I was serious about the guy Cheese I was telling you about. But I think we were just so caught up in just being young and just partying. Like we went. I remember going to. Y'all remember in Philly when you could go out to Paradise Alley on Friday. It would be something on Shampoo on Friday or something. Then you had Five Spot on Sundays. We literally could go out every day. Then you would go to Copa's on Wednesday. You would just find something to do, and I just felt like the 20s era, we were more like this. Mm-hmm. The 30s, I think everybody's starting to expand and kind of grow and get married or find significant others.
I think it needs to be a balance, though. I think you definitely need to have those friendships, and then you also need somebody to break you off for peace, right?
I mean, and we were sleeping with I don't know about y'all, but back then, me and my friends, we were sleeping with so many guys. It was just niggas every day.
Let me jump to it.
Are you saying something wrong with all of this?
So wait, so let me jump to this question.
Y'all didn't do that with your friends?
So Philly is so small. Have you ever been to the party and noticed that there's a number of guys that you've slept with?
Yes.
How many? What's the most you've seen at a party?
10.
10 people that you fucked?
Yeah.
In
one party.
One party, and it might have been threesomes. I might have seen them at like a sex party or something, or we might have, this is not judgment. This is just. I just never forget. Me and my best friend, we left a club and we both liked this guy, and the guy kind of was flirting with both of us, and we were just like, all right, but we just leaving with you. Like, all right, you gonna fuck both of us.
So when you went to a party, you looked in the room and it was like, yo, there's 10 motherfuckers that
just throughout the night of seeing I met him off Jack. Yeah. Okay, I met him off the party line before. I met him in the park. This was in the park. I met him at a house party.
What park? Clark Park.
Gay Acres.
We were talking about that.
The one behind the art museum. Okay.
Like we're just. It was just back then. I'm telling you, back then in the early 2000s, it literally was.
Let me make sure the film is rolling. Make sure I got all.
It literally would go down, or you'd be like, all right, I remember him. I met him, and
10. How many you seen at a party? Did you? 2.
Yeah, I'm
I don't believe
y'all. 2 too.
Really. I don't believe y'all.
No, really.
Not really. I mean, I've had my moments.
I mean, most of mine was out of town. Most of mine was out of town.
They acting real like.
I know.
They acting real like.
Wait. Oh, another brown and another brown. Here we go.
They all gotta put out my lesson. Yeah.
So the brown and the one. So how many you got?
To be honest,
exactly. You're lying.
No,
you're lying.
I don't know that many people in Philly. So my party was. I ain't got that many numbers. I ain't got that many numbers.
Well, maybe me and my friends we were very promiscuous. Me and my friends was the party girls.
I mean, everybody had their promiscuous.
Everybody had their time moments, and my friends are still are.
But some people hit those years hard.
Like Brown just running.
I mean, I did a lot in my life. You know, I'm not ashamed of it.
Were you fucking in Overbrook? Were you fucking niggas in Overbrook?
Yeah, I mean, by the time when I was in Overbrook, I probably had met at 17 is when I had my first gay experience.
My first, 17. The first time I topped somebody was in Overbrook. We was actually in the lunchroom. We was playing spades like we always did in high school.
Who was that?
And he was playing footsies with me under the table. He lived across the street, and I went across the street, fucked him. And I'm not saying no names.
Oh my god! I think were they brown skin or chocolate?
Brown skin. Well, he wasn't.
Have you seen him since? You haven't seen him, right?
He wasn't trade anything, but he was. But he's out gay today.
Is he tall and thin?
I don't remember what he. I don't think so.
Because I only knew one gay person that lived across the street. That's what I'm asking you.
So you know where the water ice stand was, right?
They lived on that block.
And you know where the donut thing was. So there was a block. There's a Chinese store right here. There's a water ice stand, and there's a small block up there.
I know who you're talking about. Because Phil used to be shady to me in school. Like me and Phil didn't talk.
Phil was shady.
Not shady, but we was like the girls that because he.
So I was figuring myself. I was coming out the closet at that time, so I was figuring out life. So I was a straight A student from middle school. Then I got the Overbrook, and I was like, oh shit. It was just a culture shock for me. You know what I mean?
And you went to use motivation.
Or was it motivation?
See, I was in like Health Academy, so like Phil used to hang with popular girls, and then like my girlfriends was like popular girls. So we was just like the people that would see each other, and it would be like the showdown. Like, what is she wearing today?
Exactly.
They'd be like, oh, They'd be like, oh, Phil thinks she giving it today. I'd be like, oh. Like it was always like
every day was like a fucking runway show or something.
It was like the lunchroom showdown. And if I really thought I was popping that day, I would make sure. Like if I had on my Coogee sweater, if I had on like my Coogees and my Hush Puppies, I would be like,
my first credit card that I got, it was a Capital One or something like that. They gave me a $500 limit. I went straight to I think it was Bernini's and King of Prussia at the time. Do you remember? Yeah. And bought a $400 Coogee sweater.
I had that $500 credit you got. It literally was given at like so we never got a chance to really know each other till afterwards because I feel like it was so much pressure in school.